Thank you. Welcome back to JOJ. It is March 9th. I was going to say, he could be fishing, he could be home. Every
Yep.
time we film these, and I'm like, oh, hopefully you're fishing championship day.
You say every time. It's only been 2 tournaments this year.
I'm 2 for 2. So I'm just going to say, hey, he's
rude.
home, and maybe it'll be opposite.
Seems rude to me.
Just saying.
Just
saying.
Yeah. It's only been 2 tournaments. The verse for today comes from Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. It says, "We must not become tired of doing good." Casting accuracy is really an important part of bass fishing. Just a 5% or 10% improvement can make a difference in a fisherman's catch. The only way I know to become good is to use good technique and practice a lot. Sometimes it's frustrating to practice hard and seemingly see no improvement, but trust me, practice will make you better. In life, we struggle sometimes with trying to do what's right and good without anybody noticing or caring. We work hard, we help, we give, we love, and we don't see much in return. God says to never get tired. God's watching, and He knows about even the good thoughts we have. Go out and do something good today. And then sometimes on the side over here, there's a little tip, like a little fishing tip. And this one could actually be really good on this day where I'm fishing at. And the tip says, use a white but
A wise white.
I'll get it out in a minute. A white buzz bait on warm, rainy spring days. I have had good times doing that in the springtime. So, okay. Anyway, so apparently I'm hungry too.
If y'all could only be here to see how much of a disaster it's been
to
film this episode, apparently we have something really good that the devil doesn't want us to share.
Apparently. Jenny's about to cough herself to death. This segment is actually brought to you by Hall's Cough Drops. So starting with casting accuracy and, practicing and trying to do good, trying to get better at that, but then also in life to never become tired of doing good. I'll touch on the casting part of it a little bit. That's something that I always consider myself a decent caster, but honestly, when I started rooming with Andy, back when we started rooming together in the Elite Series, he was known for skipping a bait under docks, that kind of stuff. And actually, when I started rooming with him is when I tried to get better at it. Like I had never, skipping a bait was something I just did occasionally on a bait caster. It wasn't something that I tried to do a lot. And he caught a lot of fish simply because of where he was skipping his bait to. And so traveling with him and, listen when we would, talk about fishing and stuff, he was the one who definitely made me push myself to be a better caster. And I wasn't that young then, honestly, when I started on the Elite Series.
We weren't that old. We were just old in spirit.
Well, considering how much kids fish in like high school and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I was in my early 20s, and so, that was when I was in my 20s when my casting, in my opinion, really improved a lot. So, again, to me, not truly that young at it, but,
In life.
I'll jump right into that. So, it says a big part of that. It says, we struggle sometimes trying to do what's right and good, whether anybody's watching or not. Like that's a big part of anybody's life, I feel like, because we as humans, we do appreciate the recognition. We appreciate the attaboys. We appreciate the, hey, good job. I saw what you were doing there. We do. But at the end of the day, we have to know that God is the one who is always watching. And number one, that's why we should always try to do good, always try to be doing good for somebody else. It doesn't matter. Our Heavenly Father is the one who sees that. He's the one that is honored by it. He's the one that's glorified by it. So that recognition from other men, we know that's not, God
that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to God.
Having kids, that's a lot easier said than done.
Absolutely.
It's hard if you have kids, whether they're the ones doing the right or the ones not doing right. It tends, the ones doing right tend to get overshadowed by ones that are not doing right. Or like the ones that do wrong. Well, then they finally do something right, and then it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And the ones that are constantly doing something right, it makes them think, oh, well, this, wasn't really worth, it's hard with kids because they don't have that maturity, I don't think, to not really care.
Yeah.
Of, you know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, as long as you know you are doing right and you are making the right choices, like God is who you're trying to please. You're not trying to please man. But
exactly.
When you're students and athletes and all the things and kids with, you know, like they want to please their parents, it's hard to emphasize that of, you know.
Yeah, no, it is, because we and I'm gonna say it's the same way in adults. Like, I don't know if we ever fully grow out of it, because we do, you know, and we seek that validation, and, you know, to know that somebody acknowledges us, you know, just pushes that much more. But at the end of the day, we have to be mature enough to know that God is our ultimate, you know, who we're trying to worship in that, and who we're trying to please in that, and seeing that in a way. Every once in a while, you get to have that little glimpse where you absolutely realize that, wow, God appreciated that, and those are, you know, you have to take that and really let that push you forward, because those are the ones where you get, you know, you just get that satisfaction that you don't get any other place. So, never grow tired. Not grow tired of doing good. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard work.
Yeah,
and sometimes nobody
hard
says.
And weary work, and nobody appreciates you. But
never grow tired. So remember that from Galatians 6, verse 9. So.
All right, we'll be live next week.
That's what we say.
Think so.
We'll see.
Should be.
maybe at 6:30.
Maybe not.
Yep, we'll find out. So.
It might be 8 o'clock and we're like, we didn't go live.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, y'all have a great rest of your Sunday, and we will see you next week, hopefully.